Hey guys, welcome back to my survival Minecraft series, How to Survive Minecraft, and we are going to be working on today's episode is a spider spawner. We're going to get the spider spawner working and get ourselves an XP farm, as well as we'll get string drops and spider eyes and stuff. We might even do the combined 2 spawner farm. We'll just kind of play it out and see how things go. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, like the video, comment, and let's jump into it. Alright, where I left off last time is we had got the main chamber here, the spawning chamber, basically dug out completely for this particular spawner that we've got in place. So we're just like scanning around. We've got the full chamber dug out, 3 blocks above the spawner, 2 blocks below the spawner, and then we kind of have the water step out here where it's going to be. There's still 1 more block that I have to remove from there so that the water flows properly. So this chamber's pretty much ready to go for what we need to do. But I'm going to go get the second spawner area dug out as well. I'm going to just have it prepped and ready to go to see if we do end up combining it. And like I said last time, here is the second spawner right here. So I'm going to get this area all dug out and have the same chamber done for it. And then we'll look and see what we could do about linking these into... I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to keep it as 1 kill chamber or change it out to 2 different kill chambers so that the spiders all combine in together. So we'll kind of play around with this as I get that one built and see how I can get the spiders down to this area. And then we'll worry about, okay, now we've got them together. Let's see about combining the kill chambers so that we can have 1 spot to stand to gather up our XP and all of our drops from the spiders. So bear with, and we'll be right back when I got that other one all dug out. Okay, I have done a pile of work to try to set up a proper XP chamber, a farming chamber, as well as I've managed to get both XP or both the spider spawners configured with their dark rooms. So let's dive in and let's go have a look and see what all we've done. It's been a lot of work to be able to pull this off. But you got to run the right way on this floor here. So I put some signs up too so we can figure out where we're going. Strip mine down that way, exit up that way. This sign here just says mine shaft and cave spider spawner. And so it's like XP farm is this way, XP farm. So there is our first chamber. And if I go this way, we'll just dive in here and you can have a look at the finished chamber. So this is the finished chamber. This is flowing all the water here to force the spiders down through this little opening that's up here. If any of them decide to climb up this wall, there is a water trough up there to be able to drown any spiders that go up there. So we do have that all kind of in place. And so that's this chamber done. Let me just block this all back off again. So again, this is still set up for the redstone work and whatnot that we're going to do around it. So we just got that kind of placed out. I've also opened or set up some trapdoors here so that we can kind of see the spiders flowing in from both farms to make sure that they're getting to our XP chamber that we've got set up. And so yeah, if we continue along this way... and we go this way around the farm, this is leading us along our redstone path to be able to turn on and off these XP areas. So this is the other chamber that's over here. So we're just going to dig this out so you can have a look at this. Here's the other chamber set up virtually identical that forces down here, and then there's water that pushes it down over that way to the XP chamber or the kill chamber, whichever you want to call it. So pretty much everything is ready to go here. I'm still going to have to knock out all the torches out of here, but I want to do the redstone work here first. So basically, every one of these little holes here is going to get redstone set up on it. We're going to put redstone lamps in there. That's why I went and got the glowstone, so that there's redstone lamps that go around everything, so that we can turn on and off the farm. And we're going to go down now to the actual area where you will be doing your spider slaying. And so we go down these steps down here, and this is the actual spider slaying section. So you sit here and you kill any of the spiders that show up this way, and then you crouch down here and you gather up the XP from it. And then of course all of their drops end up going in here. If it's set up right, if it's working, we'll have to see. Up here is the on-off switch for the farm. So we are going to get that rigged up here right away and start actually putting the redstone in. But, you know, first things first is we're going to have to build some redstone lamps. And I need to eat because I am hungry. All this running around and jumping we've been doing. So I finally put signs down here because I got sick and tired of getting running. I was running around lost all the time, not figuring out where I was, and then finally dug out all the tunnels to get around everything. It was a ton of work to get everything all laid out the way we wanted it. One other thing too is we're getting a bunch of chickens are going to start happening here now, because I ended up with 2 stacks of eggs that I fired into this, and I probably got another, I'd say a good another 8 hatches out of it. Maybe even 9 hatches. So our chicken production is going to really start ramping up here pretty quick. So actually that sounded like one just ate it, but we didn't get any chicken for it. Well, that's not very fair. Why not? There is the potential under this farm, and Azumafoid even said it himself, that there is the chances as they grow up, they'll get sucked into the fire, and that, of course, won't produce any chicken, but we'll just keep an eye on it. We didn't get much of my AFK session last night. We only got about 15, 16, maybe 17 chickens, cooked chickens out of it, but keep in mind, I only had 2 or 3 chickens up there, so their egg spawn rates were poor, and then you don't get a chicken every time you go hatching eggs, so that's a lot to do with it as well. Okay, we're gathering up our redstone here. We need to make a bunch of redstone torches. We need to make a bunch of repeaters, because this is going to be a long travel that we've got to do with all this stuff, so we're going to gather whatever the redstone we've got, and then we are going to turn this glowstone back into the full-on glowstone that it is. So how many am I going to need? I'm going to need 8 of these, so I'm not going to just craft up a whole bunch of redstone lamps. We're going to do it carefully so that we don't waste the glowstone, because the least amount of times we got to go to the nether, the happier I'll be. So that's our lamps. Let's crank out now. We'll get some sticks happening. There's some sticks. We'll get some redstone torches. These, I don't mind if we crank out a whole bunch of redstone torches. That doesn't bother me at all. And now repeaters. I'm going to make 15 repeaters. And that still leaves us a bunch of redstone that we can use to maneuver things around with. So first things first. Okay, let's just get everything on our hotbar as we are going to need them. So we're going to need redstone first, repeaters, and then the lamps. Let's head back down. And we're going to be able to get the lighting and everything all set up on here. So I haven't checked the spider flow. I don't know if there's going to be any hang-ups. This is all going to be a complete, is this going to work? Isn't this going to work? When I go to actually turn this on, and I just realized that I can't have trapdoors here. There's one thing that we're going to be moving away, but this won't affect any of the spawn rates and anything, because there's not going to be enough light bleed from over here. Because what I'll do is I'll just move this torch to back here. It's not going to cast enough light that way, yet there's enough light here right now that we're not going to have to worry about this. So where this line comes from, and we can see we already have that lit up because I flipped the switch on from down in our chamber down there, the XP chamber, and we're just going to run this right across like this, slap that down, and continue along here. I think we need to make sure that we do that as a block that's in here. Hold on 2 seconds. We'll pop that block down and up like that. And this is where we're running out. This is where we're going to have to throw a repeater in here. But I just want to have a look here. Great, that light is on, so that's functioning the way it's supposed to. that is good news. So here, I'm going to bust out this one and throw our repeater in. Oop, let's actually put it where I want it, right there. So redstone lamp, a block, and then we just keep going with the redstone right over top. Where do we shut off at? They shut off at that one. I'm actually going to come back a little bit more here and place that there. Just crouch down. Can we see that lamp? That lamp is on. Good, 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 good. Throwing in the lamp. Throwing in a block. I got to move the sign that I placed here, because it won't let me place the redstone with a sign there, which makes no sense. So, XP Farm. That way. Okay. Redstone. We'll throw a repeater down. Bit more redstone. This up. I need to grab my blocks. You know what? I'm going to throw a repeater right here because I don't want to have to deal with a repeater on the stairs. And we're going to throw another one right here. Redstone. Oops. Too soon. There we go. Block. Redstone. Redstone. Repeater. Lamp. And this is all just so that we have the ability to turn this farm on and off. That's why I'm doing this, because I think it's a really good idea to make sure that this farm is all shut off so that we don't end up with extra mobs and stuff kicking around that we're not going to need. So that's going to go here. This is going to go here. This is the last light, so I don't need to actually carry anything. Actually, I'm pretty sure even just there is probably enough. Yeah, because it powers that block. Perfect. I wonder if we needed the one on the top. Yeah, we do. Definitely need it on the top to go around. So there we go. That is all set up now. So basically what we've got to do now is we're going to have to dive into these little chambers. And I'm actually going to jump in right at this point here. No, we're not going to do that one. We're going to do... come in on the side so that the water flow is just a little bit slower, so that we can get out of here without too much difficulty. Okay, yeah, we can get out of there now. So we could bust off all these torches now. And they can go down the water. We'll just catch them down in the XP area, because they will all get gathered in there. Oh, this one here, I didn't put a half slab on top of that. I got to put a half slab up there real quick. Half slab. Perfect. Gathering out all the torches. No torches allowed. But, of course, yeah, we're busting these out right now, but because the torches are on, this room is still lit, so this is not set to spawn yet. So it's not going to be an issue that we're in here and we've removed all the torches. So that is all good to go now. I'm going to leave this open because we're going to come and check this room. We're going to go flip the switch and we're going to see what happens. I'm only going to do one room at a time right now just to kind of see what it looks like. So we can follow our redstone path back because now we actually have a trail to follow. So now we sprint our way all the way back here. And by sprint, it's difficult to do because you run into everything. I'm already hearing the spiders. That's already good news. Okay, where did I actually punch through on this side? I left a little opening so we could see. I'm already hearing the spiders, so I'm assuming that that is working totally fine. So we're just going to close that off. Now, are those spiders making it to here? I see one. Oh, but I don't really see them in a kill position, though. That's the only downside. And I think it's because my water flow is too high. So we might actually have to do a little bit of modifying on this. We're just going to... Okay, that's a problem. This is a problem. And it's because my water flow is too high on that. So that just makes them so that they can sneak their way through now, which we don't want. So what can I do to fix this? What if we go... So basically what it is because my water is flowing in too fast. So the only way I could maybe potentially fix this is I would have to shift this all this way a couple of blocks. All right, well, like I said, this is a drawing board. We needed to see to make sure that this is functioning the way it's supposed to. Hey, my spider stopped. I might actually be too far away because I didn't return that switch back on, did I? This could be another issue, is we might actually be too far away here for the spawner to recognize. We might be too many blocks away. Well, now, things that we needed to kind of adjust to, and we really weren't paying attention to it too much, is how many blocks do we gotta be away from a spawner before it actually starts spawning? And that could very well be the same problem we're gonna have with this one. Because now that the way we've got this... Well, I guess it's back to the drawing board. I'm gonna do some modification, and then we'll come back and we'll see what we can do about making this work a little bit better. Alright guys, after hours and hours and hours trying to screw around with these spiders, they kept getting hung up. It was mainly the second spawner over there. They kept getting hung up in the trough and were getting stuck in there. And without creating like a whole elaborate like bubble elevator system and the magma blocks to suck them down, and like it was absolutely turning into a nightmare to try to move these spiders around. So I opted for just the one spawner for now. Once we get some more materials, then I'll look at trying to incorporate the second spawner. But let's just hop in over here and give this spawner a go to kind of see how it's set up. So the one spawner is just dropping down into here. We can run up here, and I've got it all lit up here all the way around with the redstone. I did leave, I dug up the redstone that I had along here that kind of went up to this point, and then just put a switch here so that I can keep this other spawner shut off. So if I actually peek inside here, I've pulled the water, like it's just dug out here now, and I'll worry about, fixing that up at another point to be able to redone it. I tried like spinning this thing around to try to see if I could redirect the spiders more efficiently. And I got to play around with it. I might take a copy of this world as a duplicate and play around in a creative world a little bit and just see kind of what it would look like and how I would worry about getting them done. I think what I may end up doing for this whole area is actually taking the 2 areas where the spawner is and eventually dig it all out completely so that it is completely open in this area. So then we get a better idea of the footprint of where the 2 spawners are, and then figure out like the ideal location for the spider drops for that. So we will just keep that in mind as we plug along here. But for now, let's flip on this spawner and kind of see how we are doing here. Currently right now, I mean, I've got 33 levels because I've been digging out tons and tons of coal out of this area. We've got, you know, stashes of coal upstairs. There's a little bit of stuff that I've ran through this already down here. So as we can see, they're starting to filter in here and they're ready to eat my soul. So we're going to just hack away at this a little bit and see kind of what we get out of these. And see how efficient it is. So then basically we just run down under here, duck down, and there's all of our XP. And as you can see, it's actually pretty efficient. And so, you know, we could just let this, you know, AFK here for a little bit and let these spiders stack up a bit. And then when we're ready, and I put a row of trapdoors, iron trapdoors right in front here so I can't accidentally click these guys, right? They can't climb over this because there's not, it's only a, ooh, they got me there because I got too close to them. Oh, I better eat. I better eat. No die. No die. Anyhow, when I'm standing against these, they can't hit me. I guess the other thing I could do is I could actually maybe put one there and one there. Just this way, they can't reach me at all anywhere along here. And that's probably the safest bet right there. So we have it stick out this far. They can't reach. You've got to be just inside this block for them to be able to attack you. So here we can just start swiping away and hacking at these guys. And because this is just, they're just traveling a short distance, there's no blocks for them to get hung up on. So this is actually working, you know, fairly decent here. The downside is there's some bits here that we can't quite get, and I don't know if I can hop. Oh yeah, I could hop up there. I could just hop up to get them, but then we come down here and crouch, and there's our XP. So all in all, XP farm is functioning, and actually, like, the spawn rate's fairly reasonable. We're close enough to the spawner that things are working pretty good. We're not getting anything hung up with just this one farm here. See, and this is the perfect early game spawner. So if you can get yourself a cave spider spawner and something like this early game, you're going to be set. Eventually, what we'll do is we'll dig out this wall and we'll actually build our enchanting room and everything into here, and then that way we'll be totally set for any of our enchanting and stuff we want to do. So then when we're done, we just flip it off. That will shut off the spawning. We'll get rid of the last of the spiders that are here. And then we will think about the next project we're going to work on here. I'm thinking we're going to start needing some more materials. We might go on another good mining session to see if we can get another good stack of diamonds. So I'm going to go make some tools, and then we'll get geared up for another quick time lapse of a mining session to see if we can get more than just a few diamonds in this run. Okay, I've just strip mined these 6 paths here, 5 paths that we had done before, and the only spot that had any diamonds in it, again, was that same one that gave us the diamonds right off the bat, which was that one right over in that corner over there. Yeah, it was the only one that gave us diamonds again. I've left them in place though, because our next plan of attack right now is we're going to go get our enchanting table done. We're going to build our enchanting table and try to get some of this gear enchanted. And one of the things I'm going to go for is some type of a fortune pickaxe. Because I think if we get a fortune pickaxe, it'll help us with that diamond harvesting that we're going to do. And yeah, I'm so disappointed in these strip mines so far. They've been absolute trash. So we're going to raise up a level, and hopefully that's going to improve things. So let's run up. Let's get our enchanting table all built. And I guess sugarcane. We're going to need a sugarcane farm and a cow farm, because we're going to need the books to build the bookshelves so that we can get a full-on enchanting room done. So that's what we're going to be working on right now. Let's just jump right into that. Right. First things first, cows. We need to set up an area here that we're going to be putting our cows into, where it's going to be their kill chamber. So we're going to just run right along like this. If you've seen it on my live stream, it's an entity count cow farm that I'm going to put in here. It actually works fairly well, and it's basically it's using entity cramming to get your beef and get your leather out of it. So it actually works fairly efficiently. Again, it's another one of those farms where you really don't want to have to listen to it if you don't have to. Literally, more iron right here. Literally, I'm finding more iron out and about here, just right beside my base at ground level, than anywhere else. It's crazy. Alright, it took forever, but I have 2 cows in here. Man, I've tried to get them to actually drop down into this hole. Was an absolute... The first one went in like super... No problem. I had to build it up a couple of layers higher to get the second one to drop in. It took forever, and as you can see, we're already at another night cycle. So I'm going to sleep this one out. It basically took an entire cycle to bring the 2 cows over here, and they weren't that far away. They were just like over that rise over there. That was it to bring them back over here. So I do have enough wheat that we can breed them right now. So they've just made a baby. So we're a long ways away from being able to get 25 of them. But I'm going to need tons and tons and tons of wheat to get these bred up to start getting all the leather that we're going to need to be able to make the book. So next phase is we've got to build a farm. So I'm going to dedicate an area over here that's going to be a wheat farm. And yeah, so give me a few seconds and we'll get a wheat farm built up. Okay, we've got a little bit of a farm built over here. It is a 9x9 square that's in there. There is a half slab in the middle that's been waterlogged. I had 15 seeds on me. We've got that planted. And then from my caving and mine shafting that we've done down there, I have managed to collect 8 bones now. So I am just going to quickly crank these out into bone meal. And we'll just start growing these up a little bit to try to get some more seeds and get some more wheat going. Just to kind of get the ball rolling on getting everything ready to go for the leather. Because the sooner we get to max cows in that spot, then the sooner... Well, that's it. That's all the bone meal I had, was to be able to get 9 of these to grow up tall. So we got 9 wheat, so we could breed up 4 more cows out of that. But we did get 24 more seeds, so we can get this planted. We'll get some torches spread out on this so it'll grow at night as well too, for when we are down in the cave. I guess the next thing to do would be probably automate the sugarcane here into something that we don't have to really worry about. I think is probably the next best thing, which is just a matter of some observers, comparators, a little bit of redstone, some pistons, and yeah, that'll be it. So we could technically build 40 of them right now, which I don't think we need that many. But I think if I had probably 4 or 5 little automated machines here that will look after our having to deal with the sugarcane, then it could just plug away as we're playing. Okay, so we've got our pistons built and we've got our observers all built up here. Just gonna move these hoppers out of the way. So we got pistons and observers, and then I just fell off the top of that. So we're just gonna slap these pistons right down like so, so they're facing out this way. And we're gonna have to put a step block here so that we can get up on top of this. On the back of these, we need to step out with some blocks so that we can be able to activate them. And then I think the observers go this way, so that the little face, the easiest way to look at the observer is the little face is looking at whatever it's going to activate. So it will see when something ends up growing there and activate and kick the pistons out. But it won't do that until we put a line of redstone along the back here. Now what's going to happen is, like, I'm going to plant the sugarcane here. As this sugarcane grows, it fires and triggers those pistons to all go. So I'll do it again. Doop, doop. Doesn't matter which one grows, it'll fire all of them. Now, alrighty guys, we got the sugarcane farm all set up behind us here, and of course it'll take a little while before it grows. Everything's already all done there, glass is all filled into place, and with the leftover sugarcane, I already turned it into some paper, and I made my first book. So if we look in our inventory, I've got my obsidian, I've got my book, and my last 2 diamonds. Let's go and craft up that enchanting table. So first things first is we'll slap down our crafting table here. We're gonna go this way, a couple of diamonds on each side, a book, bam, we have an enchanting table. Okay, we're gonna just tear this up here now, because we're gonna place this down in our XP farm down here so that it's conveniently located. Okay, so where I want to place this, I want it to be right about here. And we are just going to dig this back one more set here. Chink! Okay, dokie. So we're going to light this again too, because it's kind of dark and scary in here. So we're just going to slap these up here. And then the books are going to get set up around the outside edge of this, obviously. Oh, we're going to use the diamond pickaxe because I don't feel like running up and making another one. So okay, so I'm just going to encase this now. Just like so. Keep ourselves protected here. Because how many bookcases? I can't even remember exactly. So I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I think it's 15. That actually would wrap perfectly around if we do it just like this. So the bookcases can all go in like so around the outside edge. And let's see how many of them we can actually craft up right now. So I can make 9 books. I could make 3 bookshelves. So I got 3 bookshelves so far to go here with this. So yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so the first set are in. I'm pretty sure all we can do is like level 1 enchants though, like with 3 books. I don't think we can do anything above that. So we will just kind of keep working away. That was 9 leather to do those. And that took care of 1/5 of what we got to do. So 4 times 9, 18, 36 more leather I need to be able to finish building the enchanting table so that we can, the enchanting area, so that we can start making some gear. But we're getting there. I mean, this is a big step right here, is having the enchanting table done, getting our books in line, getting ourselves some basic gear, and then I guess after I get like a big push on breeding up the cows, next might be going out on a walkabout to see if we can get some villagers over here and start a villager breeder to get an iron farm going. Because I think an iron farm is probably going to be our next biggest thing that we're going to have to try to get done. So, guys, I think that's probably going to call it for this episode. I think we've done just about all that we can do right now that isn't a major project. So, the XP farm, early game XP farm, is working flawlessly now with just the one spawner. It was just, I was struggling too much with getting the second spawner in place, and we might redesign this, I think, later on so that we can completely tear everything apart. But we have our enchanting table in place. And if we quickly sprint on out of here and go outside, we'll check out the new little farms that we've got. This is all basically what you need to do for survival, is having these really basic farms in place. And you'll be able to do quite well for yourself. No, that's nighttime. Screw that, I'm not going out there. That's scary, there's monsters. Okay, now we can go outside. That's not the outside door. See, there's monsters burning up out there. So yeah, we've got the cow farm, of which I think we've got like 3 adults and another baby down there. So we still got a long ways to go before that's actually producing leather, but we'll get there. It exponentially gets faster, because as soon as we get 4 adults, we breed them up. Now we'll have 2 babies in there, and then we'll end up with 6 cows, and then we breed all 6 of them, and next thing you know, we're up to 9, and it grows so much faster. Once you start getting your cows doubling up in there, then it'll reach a critical mass where we start producing leather. And it actually does a pretty decent job of getting you leather, and of course steak, which is your highest saturation food that you can get too. So, and let's quickly eat. And what else we got? So the sugarcane farm. The sugarcane farm, we're going to need that to be able to do all these books. So I am going to AFK here again tonight. This thing's going to grind away on making us some more chicken to eat. And the sugarcane farm is going to do its thing on making us some sugarcane so that we've got some paper. With that said, guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it, and post some comments out there. I'd always love to I go through and I read the comments all the time, so definitely reach out and do that. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Let me know what you think, and with that said, you have a good one, and we'll catch you next time.